I'm Sia Pradhan.
I'm Jackie Sarafa.
And I'm Arnav Khatri.
For our science research project, we study different social situations and the ways in which people react to them based on a person's gender. Throughout our research, we were looking to find data that supported our hypothesis, which states if one were to be asked about a social situation that includes a male and a female, then they would conclude that the male holds greater authority. We want to show that when in a social situation relating to gender, males will always hold greater authority while females will seem more friendly and emotional. We conducted our research using an anonymous survey of 5 questions. Participants had to indicate their preference of gender in a social situation using the 2 pictures. For our first question, there was a picture of a female doctor and a male doctor. The survey asked whether someone would listen to the male or the female. We predicted that people would listen to the male doctor, but after receiving the results, we realized that our prediction was wrong. More people voted that they would listen to the female, giving us a negative bias because our prediction was incorrect. We addressed the data we got from males because we thought the males would vote for males. 75% of males that voted for male doctors, which was a positive bias because our prediction was right. And 30.4% of women that voted for male doctors, giving us a negative bias because more of the females voted for female doctors than the females that voted for male doctors.
Our prediction for this question was male, but it was incorrect after calculating a negative bias. For the individual male and female vote, we cannot calculate a bias because the votes were evenly split between the answer choices. But for female, we indicated a negative bias because more females voted for female than male. Our prediction for this question was female, which was proven correct with a positive bias. For the individual male and female, we have positive biases, which shows that majority of male and females voted for female. Our prediction for this question was male, which was proven correct with a positive bias. For the individual male and female, we have positive biases, which demonstrates that majority of both genders also voted for male, proving our prediction. And for the last question, our prediction was female, which was proven correct with a positive bias. Data for the individual male and female both have positive biases, which shows that the majority of males and females voted for female, proving our prediction.
This line graph showed our predicted bias. If the bias index was positive, then that means our prediction was correct. And if it was wrong, then the bias index would be negative, as seen in questions 1 and 2. This was our female bias and male bias line graphs, which were the actual values that we received. The males went as predicted because all the bias indexes were positive, and the females only went for as predicted for questions 3 to 5, except for not for 1 and 2 because those were negative. This graph showed the results for each question. The males in here were interpreted as blue while the females were orange. Our conclusion was that questions 1 and 2 did not go as predicted. This could be due to the question itself or the pictures. Because the woman in question 2 was wearing a suit and the man was not, it could have caused confusion, and which could lead to misinterpretation. Women tended to vote for females in dominant positions. Questions 3 to 5 proved our hypothesis, as question 3, women were seen as more emotional, and in question 4, men were seen as more frightening, and in question 5, women were seen as more approachable, which is exactly what we had predicted.
Thank you for listening to our presentation.